At no stage was the outright unilateral abrogation of the treaty considered a viable course of action by either side. Responsible states act within established legal frameworks.
President, our position on Indus Water Treaty is well known. It defies logic that a state which exports terror as an instrument of policy continues to demand the privileges of cooperation predicated on goodwill and friendship.
It is important to underscore that our concerns are not merely based on Indian statements. India has followed up its belligerent statements with illegal actions.
It is equally undeniable that the treaty is now outdated. No technical arrangement can remain frozen in time while the world around it is transformed.
At least 17 such projects that will drastically alter the river system as a whole, giving India the tools for hydro hegemony that it so desires.
A treaty negotiated in 1960 cannot be treated as a perpetual entitlement, which is insulated from accountability, detached from present-day realities, and untouched by the profound changes of the past 6 decades.
In total, at least 17 such projects that will drastically alter the river system as a whole, giving India the tools for hydro hegemony that it so desires. Ladies and gentlemen, as you will appreciate, river systems are not merely waterways, they are lifelines. They carry profound historical significance and serve as immediate sources of sustenance and survival. One of the world's oldest continuous human civilizations, the Indus Valley Civilization, which subsequently nurtured the Gandhara civilization and gave rise to numerous cultural and historical developments, faces an unprecedented threat today. The stated policy of our eastern neighbor to intentionally deprive 240 million people of their rightful access to water represents a catastrophe in the making of unparalleled magnitude. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, water must never be viewed as an instrument of coercion. It is a shared resource, a common responsibility, and ultimately a prerequisite for human dignity and sustainable development. The future of transboundary water governance must therefore be anchored in cooperation and respect for international law. It is important to underscore that this issue should not be viewed as one confined to South Asia. The sanctity of treaties is the bedrock of the international order. Europe itself offers compelling examples of how the faithful implementation of transboundary water agreements has enabled states to share water resources cooperatively and to promote regional stability and prosperity. Respect for treaty obligations is therefore not merely a regional concern but a global imperative. Pakistan remains committed to resolving all issues through dialogue, diplomacy, and the mechanism provided under international law. Our position is guided not by confrontation but by the conviction that lasting solutions can only emerge through cooperation and respect for mutually agreed obligations. Furthermore, Pakistan finds itself confronting this challenge at a time when it is already disproportionately affected by the climate change. Despite contributing less than 1% of the global greenhouse gas emissions, Pakistan remains among the most climate vulnerable countries in the world. This is a moment that calls for enhanced international cooperation and collaboration on water-related issues. I hope that today's discussions will underscore the importance of cooperation in the management of transboundary water resources, using the Indus Water Treaty as a case study while also examining other regions and river systems that may offer valuable lessons and insights.
The escalating impacts of climate change, advances in technology, and the growing imperative for sustainable clean energy demand a re-evaluation of the treaty's relevance and applicability. Mr. Vice President, instead of coveting Indian territories, Pakistan would serve itself and its people far better by putting its own house in order. Its seasonal theatrics in this council have long outlived any novelty.